So yeah, for those wondering, I am doing this right now alone. As you can see, there's no, well, the other side. There's no co-caster here for now. Liquid is gonna join me later on. But for now, I will be doing the show here all by myself, um, which is fine. We're just gonna have a lot of fun here, jumping into this game. There it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do want to download the mod, whatever that is. Oh, they're using EGC dry array, that's why. That is why. Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know. Oh, cool. Now GA and Talanos are there as well. What? They're too late. Let's do this. So yeah, first series, Trakor against Cosmos. Cosmos, I don't think had been playing in the Warchief Club before, so um, not a new player, but at least new to me. Trakor, I have seen him play a couple times, so at least a somewhat familiar quote unquote face. And matchup Japanese and Ottomans on Dry Arabia. Can't say that I have seen that too often. I do wonder historically if those two civilizations ever crossed paths. I don't think so, but I'm not really sure actually. Ottomans they had a massive empire, so they could very well have met the Japanese at some point. Speaking of Japanese, Trakor starting off here with the Japanese in red on the northern side of the map. Again, it is Dry Arabia, but it is EGC Dry Arabia, so it is slightly different. We can see it in the markets, for example, that is a little bit different. In Ottomans, Cosmos playing the Ottomans in blue on the southern side, starting off with the barracks. So immediately going with the barracks, and also scouting somewhat aggressively, you could say. Just trying to figure out immediately where are the resources, where is gold and stone for Japanese. Both resources are important, same for the Ottomans. He also scouts the barracks, so he sees that we will have the Spearman opener here for the Japanese. They do get the discounted barracks, so that is very nice. Ottomans on the other side, they also get a cheaper barracks. So for the Japanese, so for the Ottomans it's 90 wood, and for the Japanese it would be 75. So both very cheap in terms of military production buildings. There's 2 spearmen here for the Ottomans, and they will cross paths here very soon with there he is, the Japanese spearman, who also already got a bite from the wolves here. A little bit unlucky. Need to take that hit. That one is going back, so yeah, he sees, okay, Ottomans is not sleeping, already going for a couple spearmen, so he needs to defend for now, just because of the numbers here. 2 against 1 so far, so a little bit of a Dark Age aggression, really nice to see that. And yeah, both gold and stone for as well for Trakor, for the Japanese, outside of the TC range. It's the same for the Ottomans, it is outside TC range. So if you can catch your opponent off guard with that Dark Age play, you basically deny Feudal Age and have a very quick end of the game. Japanese, even in this difficult situation that the 2 golds are on the same side, there's no save back gold for Ottomans. If they would get denied that gold, they could at least try to go to this one or to this one on the other side. But yeah, for now, very similar. 6 spearmen on either side. A little bit of a damage here, but no unit dead so far. Ottomans would have the option to go for the Imams with one of their Vizier points, so they could try and heal it up. So as long as they don't lose their spearmen, they have the potential to heal them up again. Japanese doesn't get that option until Castle Age. So that's it. That's the situation for now. So let's see. Japanese is moving out now onto gold, a little bit of fight here in the middle. A good micro here, pulling back the low health spearmen. That is always really important. You don't want to lose them. As long as you just let them survive a little bit, they have a better... Yeah, again, like they could be healed up potentially. There's a samurai in the mix here for Trakor as well. Japanese having access to Dark Age samurai, so... a little bit more difficult to take him down, but as I say that, he actually loses his life, so that's the... I want to say first unit, but actually Trakor has lost at least one additional spearman here as well, so Cosmos for now, even with accompanied by the wolf, has the advantage and is pushing out. Trakor did, you know, let off a little bit of steam here to go on the gold. Now has to build an outpost. Is he gonna finish that? That's the question. Yeah, Trakor needs to hold that position because again, if you lose that gold access, the game is really difficult. He is managing to put that outpost up, and yeah, Cosmos needs to retreat for now. 2 more samurai in the mix here. I mean, again, they're Dark Age, but at the same time, they do have some nice, you know, two armor at least. It's more than 0, right? So, and yeah, in terms of damage, let me see. Yeah, a little bit more damage as well, a little bit more health. So overall, of course, a stronger unit. And looks like Cosmos is just, yeah, he's just sacrificing the units to save a little bit more time because he also did go on gold. And just needs to now get up to the feudal age here with the twin minaret madrasa. So looking for the berries. And Trakor on the other side should also be very close. Yeah, it's a little bit more food. But should be able to build the Kura storehouse fairly soon. Oh, there it is, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit outside. Usually you see it a little bit closer to the town center, but there's not really any space here. You could put it somewhere here in the backside, but it doesn't matter. You might delete the farmhouse later to have a farm there, but as long as he has that there, he will get free wood instead if the Kura storehouse cannot construct any further farms. So not the worst choice, right? And as long as he keeps that in the town center range, because of the daimyo manor, you want to have it in that range, really important. But as long as you keep it there, I guess it's fine. There we have, by the way, the 2 imams, so they're healing up the spearmen very nicely. With the feudal age, yeah, there is the hardened spearman upgrade, so we're gonna see a hardened spearman very soon. So 6 spearmen somewhere, there's this number 6. And we could see military schools, I want to say, but it might actually, you know, a couple patches ago, like maybe 1 or 2 years ago, the military school opener was the standard, but it's really slow. So if you want to do early damage, or if you need to defend against a very aggressive Japanese player, you cannot go for the military school. You need to have the barracks instead. So my guess is that we'll not see military schools before the castle age. 4 villagers still working on the Kura storehouse here, and Cosmos doesn't have his scout with him, so he doesn't really want to risk going too far in here. At the same time, he probably saw the Kura storehouse anyway, so he knows what's happening and that he needs to do something, to find a solution against the samurai. He doesn't have a direct counter against them in feudal age, but at the same time the spearmen, especially with the imams in the back, are okay, and he can go for the sipahi, which are the busted horseman option for the Ottomans. So Ottomans usually not too worried about armored units in feudal age. Trakor adding another barrack, so doubling down on the melee for now, and which is an interesting choice. I would have expected him to go more into the Yumi Ashigaru, just because they're countering the spearmen, and as long as you don't kill them, basically immediately the imams will be able to heal them up again. And yeah, that's a tough position to be in. Cosmos at the same time is, I don't want to say scared, but he's reluctant at least to put more pressure onto that outpost, which is also getting fortified as well. So we don't have the daimyo manor for now, but instead we do have the fortification with the little, like, almost, you know, quote unquote passive stone income that the Japanese get by mining gold, basically. Yeah, we see here there's a little bit of stone income, so with that they can fortify that. There we have an archery range and a stable, but at the same time, and that also explains why Cosmos wasn't going in so heavily, he's going up with the Mehmed Imperial Armory, so he's gonna get some free siege production, and okay, there's the first military school as well, so kind of the same timing here, and that's gonna help the Ottoman, you know, the Ottoman eco is not really great, but with all of that free production, you know, potentially 5 military schools and the Mehmed Imperial Armory, you get a ton of free resources, and that really makes up for your otherwise not so good eco. So that's gonna be his plan, going for the fast castle option. Trakor not far behind, going up with the floating gate here, and with 10 villagers, so he'll actually should be able to be just slightly ahead. Actually, no, very close, but Trakor will hit Castle Age soon as well, so he will have some Yorishiro. There he is with the Shinto priest, and then he'll also be able to pick up the sacred, the relics rather, and the sacred sites at some point as well. Oh, we only have spearmen so far. That's a complete non-Sipahi game. There's one in queue right now, but other than that, there are mangonel and some crossbows to be able to deal with the samurai rather, and the mounted samurai at some point. So yeah, I guess against Japanese, crossbow spearman is probably gonna be the strongest comp. There is the. Okay, yeah, it was the veterancy for samurai coming in just as he was about to lose his life. So good micro here, pulling them back. We'll be able to heal them up with the Shinto priest again. What is Cosmos' next plan? So he's on the deer here. He has the berries still here, and he has the free berries from the Mehmed, the Twin Minars Matriz rather. But at some point he needs to move out on the map, and he doesn't have the free farms that Japanese is getting. There's the daimyo manor coming in, so that's another, what's it, 15%, 20%? Oh, 20% increased scatter rate from the farms. Very nice relic play here, already taking 2 here. This one is kind of close. Where's the... Okay, wow, there's another one, and then there's still this one. So Cosmos could actually be looking at a 5 relic play if he's trying to intercept this one here. He doesn't see it yet, and he needs to go back. Oh, there's still one samurai. They are crazy strong, you know. It's only 1, but they're doing a lot of damage, and they're super tanky. So, yeah, but it respects the 1 crossbow here at least, so doesn't want to go too far into, and also doesn't really see anything here. Doesn't have a scout with him, so it's kind of blind here a little bit. A good counter rate here from Cosmos, finding 2 villager kills, so is even, no, I want to say slightly ahead. He's not ahead in villagers, but it's very, very close. And yeah, depending on the pathing, could actually find that Shinto priest. But I guess that's not gonna happen. So 4-1 split, that's really good. You know, Japanese usually wants to go fast castle and then they like to pick up the relics. And that's not gonna happen. Ottoman will not let them have it. Bannerman getting killed, that is rough. That would be nice to have that Bannerman with the mounted samurai. And do I see that correctly? Is a Sipahi actually chasing a mounted samurai? That was kind of strange. Yeah, very nicely done here. Cosmos having 4 relics on a very low Imam. But he still has 2, so he's actually grabbing the sacred site here. And they're a little bit, you know, in favor of Trakor, but like closer to him. But the Ottoman army, I mean, he almost didn't invest anything into it, it feels like. But he has more army and more value than Trakor has. And in terms of units, 16 crossbows. That's really good. That is really good. So I like that army composition. Janissary even in the mix. And so far Trakor is completely, besides this one on Amusha, completely melee. And so the Mangonel not super great because there's no Yumi mass, but very good still against buildings. You know, it has been improved against buildings, so it's not only a range counter, it also is kind of okay against buildings. And there's also a Springled. That is really gonna be strong against the Samurai. Mangonel not so much, but the Springled is gonna be really strong, and we might actually see a big engagement here coming soon. The scouting spearmen, they found it. Ooh, yeah, you gotta run, boys. And are they gonna commit? Oh my goodness, immediately killing that mountain samurai. Sorry, basically one-shotting him. My goodness. And yeah, Trakor is actually pulling in here and trying to get on top of the crossbows. A couple of horsemen, so they will be really strong, but it's only a couple, and they have a lot of targets that they want to go onto. They want to go on the siege, they want to go on the on the crossbows, and so it's kind of like, okay, what do I attack first? That's really difficult. The Honorable Geisha really strong here in this situation as well against the spearmen, basically shredding them as I'm speaking. And Cosmos is down to almost only his range mass here, which is dwindling against all of that on a Geisha. You know, they're not countering the crossbows in a technical sense. You know, no bonus damage whatsoever, but they're really strong and really fast. So that's why they can get on top of them, and as soon as they're on top of them, they will just murder them brutally. Trakor also having 3 sacred sites now, so he only did get 1 relic, but he did get 3 sacred sites. So that is some nice passive gold income, and it could potentially force a response within the next 10 minutes because it is a, you know, victory condition. I really like Cosmos, you know, going out on the map here, taking advantage of the deer. None of them went for pro scouts, so all of that is free to be taken, but, you know, free is kind of doing heavy lifting here with the raids from Trakor. Cosmos losing a couple villages here, not too many, but yeah, just difficult to defend that, and it just causes idle time. You have to reinvest into the tower here again and all that kind of stuff. So that really, you know, is not what he would, like, you know, love to do. He would love to be more aggressive and be more into the face of his opponent and not so much defending. Trakor did add a second town center as well, so he will be pumping out villagers and should, you know, economically speaking, get ahead relatively soon. Where did he put the Yoshiro, by the way? Okay, so he'll get some extra food and then some extra gold. So nothing too crazy here with the Yoshiro. There's still one more that he could put somewhere. But yeah, for now, I'm sitting on that one here. Cosmos denying the berries here, and potentially doesn't know yet about that town center, but as soon as he finds out, he should be able to take it down. At least if he's adding siege. For now, he doesn't really have any anti-building siege. Sprinkles on the Japanese side as well, which there's not too many like melee frontline, infantry frontline for Cosmos, but I guess they're also good against, just in general, like anything that is sitting here. So it does make sense. TC has been scouted, and Lancaster's trying to get on top here. So Janissary rather, really popping the horsemen here, and Trakor a little bit on the back foot. There's not too many units here, a couple of horsemen, but they have to go against the Lancers, which is not really great. Not getting on top of, where they want to go. And where is the army when you need it? Basically completely eviscerated here. Wow. That was a brutal fight. I mean, it was in favor for Cosmos anyway to begin with, but wow. Okay, yeah. Ottomans free production. There you go. Had been not so much in favor for a couple seasons, or at least for a while, but lately Ottomans have been really showing that they're, don't underestimate them, and they will kill you with their free production if you're not careful. The second TC paying off just a little bit, I guess, but it was added too late and didn't have enough impact to really change the game here. Military count, yeah, as we see, Ottomans always ahead, and especially at the end, I mean, yeah, it was a bad fight, but at the same time, he already was like 1-2 here. So maybe, I mean, it's on the count, it's not the value, but still, maybe drop the ball a little bit. I don't know. Like, maybe did he want to go? Did he want to go imp? Maybe. It doesn't look like it. I mean, no, not really. Was floating a little bit, but not really anything noteworthy here. Yeah, not to mention like the 4 relics, pretty good. That is making a big difference. So yeah, good. Well, that was the first one. So uh, Cosmos winning the first game here. So let's up that score. Winning this one. What is the next? Okay, they're playing on Cliffside, so let's update that real quick. There you go. And oh, okay, I know what's going. I know what's coming our way. So let's update that. So yeah, Pro Scouts. At least that would be my guess. I mean, Juicy's Legacy and Ruse. This uh, really looks like it's gonna be Pro Scouts basically. That would be my guess. Let's see if they do that. Okay, got in the next game. Wonderful. Alright, we have a slight delay here, but um, it's fine. So we'll jump right into it. So second game here, let's take a very quick look. Okay, this score is on the right side, very nice. So yeah, Trakor, again in roofs, in red, in red, not in roofs, playing the roofs, opening with a hunting cabin here, and yeah, most likely a second one as well here. And on the south side, of cliffside here, we have Cosmos in blue again playing Juicy's Legacy, and yeah, just doing the classic Juicy opener here. Imperial Official, supervising the mill, all the sheep on there as well. So this already looks very much like Pro Scout play. There's the village and then going on gold. So for now, nothing too crazy. There's the second hunting cabin as well. And then the house. There's no sheep next to it, so they will have to move back. But even if you put a, like, my personal opinion is, even if you put a sheep on here and you can gather from the sheep, eventually you have to move back anyway. So unless you then want to move them to wood, I don't see if there's a big benefit of having a sheep next to the hunting camp. But I've seen it a couple times, players doing that, so definitely an option. If we're looking at scouting real quick, Trakor already up to 2 scouts, so he will find potentially a lot of sheep here. Also, of course, the locations for the deer. Currently is avoiding the middle here from Cosmos. Cosmos on the other side did go all the way around here. Did find a couple sheep, very nice. So he will basically, you know, be a nuisance to this scout because that scout is not finding anything. And Cosmos could potentially. Are there any more sheep here on the back? It doesn't look like it. So will not find any sheep on the back, but he did find 8 sheep, which is really nice. And yeah, Trakor invested into 2 scouts and he found 9. So that's, like, for now at least, there's only 1 more sheep than Cosmos has. But yeah, both players, at least Cosmos is looking like Pro Scout for now. Trakor could potentially be going Pro Scouts with 2 scouts. That's not necessarily given. But I would expect him to. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Golden Gate, no surprise. Meditation guns. Let's take a look at that one here. Getting gold, berries, and wow, a lot of wood actually. That should be. How much? That's a good one. The only thing missing would be stone, but I mean, like, you usually can't get all of those resources into one, and that's. I mean, it is a very forward-facing meditation garden, so this can be tricky to defend it. But there's no other position where like, if you put it here, you don't really have wood. You don't have berries and stone, but you don't have gold, so passive gold income is also really nice. If you put it here, then you don't have berries, but you do have stone, but that's also kind of outside of your base, so yeah, it's kind of difficult. But if he, you know, just a small wall here and then one here, he can definitely defend that. And on cliffside, both players spawning closer to each other than on other maps, so in the middle they will likely move more, and so this might actually be I don't want to say it's not gonna be noticed because there's a deer pack here, so eventually Trakor will know that there's the meditation guns here, but it could go undetected for a while. And depending on how aggressive they play, it might actually be uncontested for the whole time. So yeah, good meditation guns is what I'm saying. Barracks opener here from Cosmos, so no stable for now. I don't see the pro scouts, so might actually not go for pro scouts. That would be, I want to say a plot twist, but that would be interesting. On the other side, we do have pro scouts, so Roos is going pro scouts. He added also add a couple more scouts, so it's up to 5 scouts, and yeah, is also, you know, he chose that deer pack here first, so he's doing a little bit of damage. Also, because he's standing in that area, he's also decreasing the, decreasing the passive income here a little bit. So quite annoying for Cosmos, but it would take a while to burn it down. So not an immediate threat here. And the Spearman for now will be able to deny the Pro Scouts at least a little bit, so that deer pack should be safe for now. In terms of resources, it slightly looks like he might still go Pro Scouts, just delayed, which makes a lot of sense because he knows that Roos will get it faster. Even with the supervision, he should be able to have more scouts out there sooner, and so it would be against Roos. It will probably be an uphill battle in terms of getting and securing all the deer. So going for spears instead does make a lot of sense. I like that play. Trakor has to go spearman himself now because I mean you could go archers as well. That would be the other option. But Cosmos also adding Chugunu now and has a horseman as well, so archers could be difficult here as well. And there's the pro scouts. Yeah, so delayed pro scouts, but I don't think that. Yeah, so Trakor wasn't able to take any deer here. He wasn't able to take any deer here, and then there's 2 more. So this one, this pack, and this pack, which is killed. But it looks like there's 1 missing here. So yeah, maybe he took like 1 deer, but that's about it. So even though he had a very delayed pro scouts, in actuality he's not really behind because Trakor only now can start to actually take the deer. We still only have 1 scout though, so where is that guy anyway? There he is, okay. So yeah, basically for now just fighting against the pro scouts from Roos. I would love to see some more scouts being added from Cosmos because yeah, if we wanna, like, he clearly wants to go pro scouts, but if you only have 1, okay, now there's a second one. Did I produce so fast that you didn't even see it in the queue, and now he lost 1. Rip. Yeah, well. Yeah, I really like so both games have been very aggressive from the get-go. This one a little bit slower because both civilizations are not really into Dark Age, but very heavy feudal age play here. 13 spearmen from the Roos, and then 9 spearmen and 6 Chuganu on the field here as well. Notably, you know, the Juice's Legacy doesn't have access to archers, but they do have the Chuganu from the start, compared to the Chinese, who do start with archers, and they only get access to the Chuganu if they're going into the Song Dynasty. So they have to build 2, they're both feudal age landmarks. Juicy doesn't have to do that, but at the same time, they also don't have regular archers, and Chuganu, they don't deal bonus damage against spearmen. or against anything. They're really strong nonetheless because they're just doing, you know, like 12 damage. Like they don't need to have bonus damage. They just do like 3 times 4 damage. Or 4 times 3? I mean, I'm German, I don't know, but yeah. So they do 4 damage 3 times. 12 damage total if you don't have any armor, and so they don't need bonus damage. And so they're again not a technical counter against spearmen, but just because they're doing so much damage in feudal age, you could say a soft counter. I would describe it as a soft counter at least. Yeah, just melting them basically. Two more deer here on this side. So yeah, again, Trakor did benefit from the pro scouts, that's for sure. He did grab a few, but 3 packs on the right side here, and Cosmos is making sure that he will get that. So yeah, very nice play here. And I don't think that Trakor will be too happy with that. High trade house, pretty solid positioning here with all the trees around. It's almost losing the scout here as well. So yeah, going into high trade house. I don't think he scouted that now. So I don't think Cosmos is aware of that. And he is pretty far off Castle Age right now. He did invest a lot into Feudal Age, but unless he has rams and he doesn't have a blacksmith yet, he cannot really use all that army besides, you know, making sure that Trakor will not get any more deer. But he will have a rude awakening as soon as 3, 2, 1 the high trade house is up there. So yeah, I don't know. Like, he has 2 options now. He can either re-macro a little bit, try to go Castle Age himself, or he doubles down on Feudal Age, which Juicy's Legacy is really strong in Feudal Age, but he doesn't again, like, he doesn't have a blacksmith. Oh, okay, now he does a blacksmith, but he doesn't have the, you know, siege engineer yet. So it's kind of difficult to find damage here. And Roos with the wooden fortress, and there's the town center, kind of defensive. So yeah, I mean, you know, with pro scouting, the thing is, I think it's tricky to figure out the right amount of, you know, how many scouts do I want to have, how do I invest into that, how do I defend against all that. I've seen games where people went like 11 or 12 scouts just to get as much as possible, and the opponent was doing the same. And as long as your opponent is matching that, that's totally fine. You will not lose. But if you miss like the window just slightly, and you overinvest into a feudal army, and then your opponent comes with man at arms, that could be really rough. So Trakor is going for man at arms. If he would go for horsemen, that will be a death sentence here. So a solid choice with the man at arms. Also, I mean, they're kind of looking cool, I have to say, with a little scimitar here, and nice shields. I mean, I actually never saw that. Like, I never really looked at them. Look a little bit like, I want to say the Byzantine shields even. Really cool. So yeah, man at arms could be really strong here in this situation. Of course, it's a rather slow comp as well, so if you can kite it, you should be fine. But just the armor type and the Shuganu, they're not good at that. You know, I was talking about how good the Shuganu are in Feudal Age against spearmen, even though they don't do bonus damage, they just do so much damage overall. Against the men at arms, they do like 1 damage each of their shots, so 3 damage in total with each of their volleys, which, you know, it also takes a while for them to shoot it, so yeah, it's not really super effective. And there's an outpost here, but yeah, Cosmos is retreating from the gold. He's going up with the Mont Loup Academy, so He will hit Castle Age rather soon, and he does have a lot of gold still, so he should be able to get 2 upgrades at least. So there's the veterancy for the Shuganu, and then maybe for the Spearman. I don't know what else he's. Okay, no, he didn't choose that. Yeah, he's adding a Lancer instead, which, you know, fair enough. Lancer and crossbows, that makes sense. With Spearman, I mean, yes, they're only feudal age, but they don't counter anything here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Villages getting in here as well. What a pathing with the... How did that dude still die? Yeah, with the garrison command, you know, this is full, so they move to the next one. A little bit unfortunate here for Cosmos. Losing a couple villages here. 9 villager kills actually, oh my goodness. Might have to add a second town center in actually at some point. Because that is rough. But at the same time, man-at-arms all dead. There's a few more somewhere, but this is only archers, and there's a knight, or lancer rather, on their heels as well. So I want to say a good push in terms of kills, but at the same time, losing all your archers like that is rough, and not necessarily what you wanted to do. It needs to, yeah, with the rally points, needs to be careful there as well. And just like that, looks like Cosmos is back again in the driver's seat here. And yeah, crazy fight here. Almost twice the army value, more than double the numbers. A lot of Shuganu, and they're veteran, and also a couple crossbows. That wolf clearly has picked a side. Wow. This looks so funny. I mean, the animation is just hilarious. But yeah, both players are Castle Age. Both players could go into siege if they wanted to. So that would be an option against the Wooden Fortress, just to not have to run into that. Because yeah, it is a fortress, a small one, but still. The Trakor at the same time is picking up relics. Second one is on the way. He does... Yeah, he does have a monastery, so there it is. And Mangonel, oh yeah, Mangonel and also the Springle, that would be really strong against all these Shuganu. So yeah, Cosmos needs to be careful there, because the Mangonel, that could really ruin your day. Pretty much. Spearmen are slightly faster, even after the, I mean, barely faster, right? So Warrior Monks should be able to make it out alive. And it's reverse as to last game. So last game Cosmos was getting the majority of the relics, and now it's kind of the other way around, with Trakor having most of the relics, which does make sense, you know, if you're having the Warrior Monks, like Cavalry Monks, they're so strong, they're so fast. Yeah, you should be getting, like realistically, you should be getting the majority of the relics, especially because he was in Castle Age a little bit faster than Cosmos by 1 or 2 minutes, I want to say. What is that guy doing here? I love this, like, little Santa Claus hat, especially in red. It really looks like Santa's little helper here. Is it getting Christmas already? It's so crazy to go to the supermarkets and see Christmas stuff in there already. I mean, it's not even October, give me a break. Speaking about break, there's no break here. Rams moving into the fortress. There's a Mangonel sneakily behind that wooden fortress. Ooh, getting a good shot here, but at the same time, the Lancers are making sure that this was the last one. Springles here in the back as well. There's a random Wololo coming up. Not gonna be of any consequence here. Rams take their sweet time to get the fortress down, but eventually that should break. And with that, the gold income here in the front is gone. And looking at the map, there's one more which is technically accessible, but all the other golds are pretty much in front of the Rus base. And I mean, you do have a couple of gold sources. You have the hunting cabins, you have the high trade house, and you have the gold that you can get from taking the deer, which the high trade house is providing deer, so you will technically have unlimited gold. The question is just how, and you also have the relics, and one of the sacred sites. The question is how much is that realistically, and is that enough for you to sustain your military production? Trakor pretty much completely dry here, really using all the resources that he can. And Cosmos also not really floating any gold here, really, or resources. Really nice to see. Both players really, you know, making the most out of the resources that they have. But yeah, I mean, we're 20 minutes in. Deer basically is running out here. There's somewhere apparently still a deer here anyway. And that means that Rus is, you know, they were having all that free food, really nice, and now they actually have to go into a farm position, which is why we see so many villagers, 20, 26, 25, and then like those were also on wood, so we had more than 40 villagers on wood for Rus, adding a second town center. So he is ahead in villagers, and he killed some villagers. He didn't lose any, by the way, but still feels that a second town center would be in order here, and I mean, I don't blame him. If you can do it, why not? You know, add a second town center. It probably will not hurt you, unless you lose the game in the next couple minutes. Lancers trying to sneak in here. The left side is completely walled off, so it is tricky to get in here. He is scouting that town center now, so he'll probably think, oh, that has been going for 10 minutes, which it has only been there for half a minute, but should be finding some more damage here. Potentially a kill. It's only 2 hits that he needs to realistically. But yeah, can't really, you know, you can't stay there. Oh, there's the second Lancer as well. Just need to run around here. They're scouting out basically a little bit what the situation is. On the other side, we are taking deer here. Gold is running out here soon as well, so he could go to the back one here. He'll probably prefer this one. Could even, I mean, take the stone and then build a keep here. That could also be an option if, you know, if you wanna make sure that the game goes, if the game goes a little bit longer, that it goes in your favor at least. Cosmos also has all 3 sacred sites now, so technically, you know, 8 more minutes, you know, could potentially be playing a role at some point. Golden Gate is pretty low already due to the Rams that were here earlier. There's only 2 tickets here, so if you lose it, you're not losing too much, but at the same time you're also not generating tickets as long as that is destroyed, so there you go. No more Golden Gate, and Rams can now move on to the town center, and Trakor is a little bit in a pickle here. He does have a lot of units, but at the same time, Cosmos has more. So, the question is, can the defender's advantage be enough here? Horsemen trying to flank here a little bit, but it looks like they were a little bit out of position. Warrior Monks in the front as well, but Mangonel firing some good shots here on the back line. Nest of Bees, so disgusting here on the back line here as well. Onto the crossbows from Roos, so Trakor losing his back line as well. There's a couple mangonels still, and pretty much resets here. A couple Springles still, but the front line is completely gone. There were only a few Lancers, and with so many crossbows against that, it's kind of difficult to break in. So Cosmos actually has to reset here. And Trakor, you know, he was 2,000 value down before the start of the fight, and now he's 2,000 up. So he actually, I mean, besides the Sacred Victory Timer, and that he lost to the Golden Gate, that was a good fight for him. Really good defense here. And yeah, Cosmos needs to reevaluate his life choices for now. I mean, at the same time, he also still has a lot of crossbows and shooting moves, so it's not that he lost everything. It's just that he didn't really have enough frontline and needs to figure out what to do next. Palace Guards would be an option. Lancers, of course, still a really solid choice. But yeah, you need to find a response against all the Mangonel here. They will be the detriment of that backline if you're not careful. Roos taking berries. It's not going on the boar for now, and I still struggle to figure out where is that one deer here. Did it die somewhere? Really strange. Anyway, fight in the middle here. Wooden fortress being constructed at the same time. Nest of Bees getting sniped here by the Springles. They don't do bonus damage anymore as they used to do a couple patches, but they're still good. They still do damage. It's still, you know, okay. If you don't have anything better than just fire at the siege, why not? But in the blink of an eye, Trakor again lost all the siege. And just, yeah, sacrificing that Mangonel here as well. Wooden Fortress not getting cancelled, so that's also 175 wood down the drain. Boy has Fortitude, so yeah, probably doing a comp switch here with some knights of his own, but they're still feudal age. It's still the early knights. Okay, never mind. There's the veterancy upgrade to the knights. But I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure if... I mean, we have a lot of spearmen and crossbows against you. If you're going knights, Cosmos will say, thank you very much, good sir, and have a nice day. I don't think that knights in this situation would, like... Yeah, men-at-arms are not cutting it anymore, I do get that, but... I don't know. Doesn't... Yeah, I don't think that this Golden Gate was actually constructed fully, so almost completely rebuilt, but not completely reconstructed, and so that is not generating any tickets. That is not doing you any good. Oh yeah, never mind. It definitely had not been reconstructed, as the UI is showing us. 3.5 more minutes, by the way, for the Sacred Victory. So Trakor really with the back to the wall. If you know, that's to, you know, play a little bit what if Cosmos wins this, it is a best of 5, so Trakor still has a chance to win the overall series if he you know is able to pull off the reverse sweep and win 3 matches against Cosmos. But for now, this game is looking really grim. Cosmos seems to have it in the back, and that would mean that he is 2-0 up against Trakor. Only needs to win 1 more to advance in the tournament. 1 more landmark, so the main TC has been destroyed. There's still 1 more over here. And the High Trade House is the only remaining landmark. Let's move into the cinematic mode. Some good night raids here in the back, making sure to flank and get down the crossbows. But again, it is crossbow spearmen against you. That is a good counter against the knights. Men-at-Arms in the front have a little bit of a breather here, but they're getting distracted by the Rams. Need to make sure that they get down. Nesservi's murdering the archers in the back. Pretty scrappy fight here. It looks like Rus once again will prevail for now at least, but all these Springles, they're really strong against the Man-at-Arms as well, so a good fight here, a good hold by Trakor, and again, the second townsend are really paying off by now, even though he only had it for close to, yeah, about 9 minutes. But even so, yeah, he did lose 9 villagers by now, so almost even count here against Cosmos, who has only been on 1TC the whole time. He's still Tang Dynasty, so if he decides to go into Imperial Age, he will get it cheaper. So as long as he still stays in the Tang Dynasty, he gets the landmarks cheaper. So of course, it's not like nowhere near close. Just saying that if you wanted to go Imperial Age, you would have a slight advantage. He is moving out, so with all these villagers, is he going? Okay, never mind. He's just going on gold. A lot of villagers on gold. I mean, I have to say, like, oh no, what is? I'm so curious to see what's going to happen here. Is he really gonna just? Yeah, it's not been reconstructed now, so he can just. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Oh, all these villagers, they woke up and chose silence, yeah, violence. They chose violence. Yeah, he's had enough. Okay, Cosmos did have enough. He's like, you know what? F this game. I have 50 villagers that I can pull right now. I have some siege here as well. Just gonna burn it. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. Oh gosh. And just like that. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Dude, why not? You do you. Oh, a lot of idle villagers now, but it doesn't matter anymore. Wow. Okay, yeah, I mean, he saw his chance and he took it. Like, great stuff. Why prolong the game? Yeah, slightly behind it. Villagers actually didn't even look that much, but yeah. Yeah, a lot of back and forth in this game. And a good choice here, by the way. I mean, if he would have had to invest into all the military to then push into the base again, just to get repelled again, it's just not fun. So yeah, really nicely done. Really nicely done here. Trakor with a good eco overall, and some good holds as well, but just yeah, I don't know. It seemed like he was struggling to find the right response against the military composition, and overall was just not able to hold that, and yeah, just getting landmark sniped at the end. I mean, that is kind of brutal. Okay, well that is very funny. That was a very entertaining end to that match. So Cosmos getting ahead 2-0. Let's see. Frisian Mars is next. Let's update the draft here. So Frisian Marshes. Yeah, there we have it. So the third matchup, potentially the last one for this series, is House of Lancaster against the Byzantines. So on Frisian Marshes, so interesting. So Frisian Marshes, having a lot of small pawns, not necessarily something that either civilization cares too much about. That House of Lancaster usually prioritizing their manners, Byzantines prioritizing their cisterns, and then the olive oil with the berries. Um, so I'm really curious to see how they play the map, because it's not only about the civilization matchup, it's also about the map and how you play that to your advantage. So that is um, gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting to see that. Let's see. They did start the game. I'm guessing that they do have a little bit of delay still, observer delay. So we're gonna check that out real quick. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Well, 2.5 more minutes until the game will start. So, where am I here? We can take that time to actually take a quick look at our King of the Rockies trailer. So I haven't really mentioned that today, but we're having a tournament in 1 month, October 24th to 26th, in Denver, Colorado. And so we are really excited for that. And if you want to support that, if you're as excited as we are, you can donate to that. The prize pool is currently sitting at $15,000. World's Edge has sponsored that, and the donations for now will go and cover the cost of the event. But once we have that covered, any excess donations will go towards the prize pool. So you can potentially increase the prize pool even more. Um, and with that, just let's jump into that trailer.
The villagers.
Oh, they
Bobby
by.
didn't pay attention.
He's busy because mango shots happening in the main front. Big fire hitting the back line of crossbows.
Maybe the dervishes can try to kind of out-heal the speed. No, this is not a good one. The horseman diving into it. Musafati's going in biz.
Oh, they're gonna catch it.
Oh no!
And they're here.
Oh!
Just like that. This is what I was afraid of. They just blink out of nowhere, and both mangoes get taken out. Villagers even pulling their shivs. GUA says, I need everything I can to take this fight. I'm down in the numbers, but I think the shivs were able to help clear up those spears, and he didn't really lose many villagers for that.
The Tower of the Sultan coming out from Wham, hiding it in the woods. Boy, yeah. You don't see this thing too very often. And here comes the lumbering giant itself, the Tower of the Sultan. What a fun unit to see. Big fight in the middle, crossbows, Arbitrier coming in, and we have quite a mass of Japanese units.
I was gonna ask you that. What's next for King of the Rockies?
King of the Rockies too.
Whoa, coming into play. He's going. Oh my God!
No way!
Oh my God! It's over.
All right. There you have it. So I'm a little off script here, but yeah, I will not be able to participate, yeah, to be part of that event in person. But I'm really looking forward to support it from the sidelines. And again, if you want to support what we're doing for this tournament, for the LAN tournament, but also in general for Warchief Club or weekly Low Elo Legends, really appreciate any support. So donating is one way. Subscribing to our channels. As you see, we have a Twitch channel. We have a YouTube channel as well, where this video as well will be put on sometime beginning or mid of next week. And donating is also really helpful to make these events possible. So we appreciate all of that, and with that, didn't have the right overlay, but there we go. Jump right into the next game. Cosmos, let's start with it. Cosmos playing the Byzantines, opening with the barracks in the Dark Age. Not wholly usual for Byzantines, and yeah, really exciting again to see that kind of map played out. Is up 2-0 against. Oh wait, let's actually switch that over here so it aligns a little better. Swap that in game as well, so that should be. Yes, that's correct. Okay, and Trakor in red again, playing the House of Lancaster. For now, no Dark Age aggression. 6 on wood, 3 on gold for now. Scout is just running around. So again, the pawns, you know, usually they're something that people contest. Usually we see dogs and all that kind of stuff. I would be surprised if we see that because Byzantines don't really care that much about it. They do benefit from the fish because they also get olive oil with that. I have no idea how that's physically possible. You get olive oil from fish, but maybe they have a stranger diet there in Age of Empires, and the fish eat olives. I don't know. 3 on stone for now. So the barracks. Oh my goodness. Okay, he's trolling me at this point. He built 2 barracks. He cancelled this one, cancelled that one. And then instead, yeah, put 3 on stone. So my guess is he was expecting some aggression and he was looking for it. Did he scout? Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah, he did scout a little bit, but not really a whole lot from the base. So yeah, a little bit confusing. But the system very nice here, covering stone, gold, food, and even the straggler trees. So basically all the resources right now. And then yeah, he just has enough space to later on for the other systems to add them in. But 3 on stone. Well, actually, okay, now he moved 1 over to gold, so he has 2 on stone, which is more the usual play. Abbey of Kings, so Trakor not doing any Dark Age shenanigans, not doing all the, you know, cistern stuff, and therefore has a slightly more optimized Feudal Age timing. Going up with the Abbey of Kings, so not a House of Lancaster, the Castle of Lancaster rather, but the Abbey of Kings. So well, I mean, I guess he will be looking for early aggression with the Lords of Lancaster. And Cosmos is adding the Hippodrome. Yeah, one of the landmarks that recently has been more favored compared to previous patches. Even though there hasn't really been any changes to it, but just for some reason, you know, meta shifts sometimes, and sometimes without, you know, like factual or clear reason. And so, yeah, Imperial Hippodrome is one of those. So could be interesting to see that. Really, yeah, really curious to see what he's going to do with that. Villager is being scouted out here, so he knows about that tower rush, which is really good. It is denying the second gold, it is denying the primary berries, so that if you would, you know, place your Grand Winery here, or, you know, whatever, like around here, maybe here, that would be really disruptive. And this way it's just idle time for 2 minutes and 100 wood, doesn't really matter. Not to mention that Byzantines, they do have the I forgot the tech again. But they do have the tech that the villagers. Where is it? Explorators. And so they do more bonus and more damage against the workers, and they get 30 gold. And that was actually buffed. So that has been buffed. Previously it was 20 gold, and now it is 30 gold. So pretty strong. And so you can actually snipe villagers relatively easily. So let's see if he will get that down. And not to mention that with the Triumph, those horsemen are a lot more tanky than they actually would be. A villager losing a life, Lord of Lancaster cannot do anything there to prevent that. So I guess a failed tower rush attempt, and horsemen are just, yeah, being massed up here. Archers also being added. And so the strong thing here as well is, if you think about, you get 30 gold per villager, it costs 80 resources. Basically, with the third villager that you kill, it's already paid off. It's, yeah, it's kind of like with the bounty from the Mongols, with the raid bounty, or with piracy that the Mongols also have with their ships. It pays off really quickly. Hobelavs, on the other hand, are pretty annoying. I mean, this one is pretty dead, so not really that annoying anymore. But Hobelavs are really strong, so they will be super annoying against the archers, so you need to be careful with those. And yeah, but with 4 horsemen, 1 more in queue, that could shape out to be a really nice raid. No Explorators yet, but that might come in still. Trakor, yeah, now adding an outpost here just to make sure that he doesn't lose access to the gold, because yeah, there's a gold, there's a gold. If you lose access to that, you're pretty done for. No, wait, no, yeah, 1 manor, there's a second one. So adding a second manor for now, so not really going heavily into that, is, okay, 1 yeoman, a couple hobelavs, and 3 of the 4 Lords of Lancaster that he can build. Do we have a mercenary house? No, we don't. At the same time, he doesn't have, I mean, he basically doesn't have any oil anyway, so for now he won't be able to do anything there anyway, in terms of mercenaries. But yeah, now he's going on to the berries, so that will change. And yeah, sure enough, there's the mercenary house. Probably going into javelins would be my guess. I mean, you know, just considering the playing against House of Lancaster, javelins are pretty nice. They can also kite the Lords of Lancaster to death, so overall that could be the direction we're going in. Longbows are also okay. As a Mongol main, I also like the Kashik, yeah, the Eastern contract. But yeah, the most logical choice probably would be the Silk Road. Okay, never mind. He's doing the cool one. I like that. I like that a lot. In terms of cistern, he's adding the 4th one, so not too far. I mean, he could. I think, you know, if he had 2 villagers on stone from the start, as you like oftentimes do, he already could have the 5th one over here. But yeah, level 4 is also pretty okay. Hobbelar raid being detected here, so that will not really do anything here. At the same time, horsemen also need to be careful. So yeah, for now that should be safe. and not really a threat here for the villagers. Ooh, we see the white. Do we see the white tower? There he is, white tower. So Trakor is moving into the castle age. He has the 3 manors. He has the fallouts of Lancaster. He could already research the land practices, the condensed land practices, but at the same time, just go castle age. Why not? And that should be good, especially because Byzantines usually like to go castle age relatively soon as well. And if you're going fast castle before them, then you can take the relics, and that would annoy them pretty much. Maybe less so without the Grand Winery, but it's still free gold income. So yeah, the more you can deny that, the better. Cosmos did invest a lot into military, but isn't really that much ahead anyway, and is really far away from Castle Age. So that will be a difficult fight here. He is trying to get closer to the yeoman here, but the Lords of Lancaster, they're all gonna be really annoying as well. And yeah, not too much Bettina. Yeah, then just like, oh, that's the white tower. That is, even with the triumph ability, that is not a super favorable fight here for you. And Trakor, as soon as he hits, adding 2 Lancers now, as well as Earl's Guards, he could go into veterancy for the Yeoman and for the Hobolas, but he doesn't really have the numbers, so it's not super important right now. If he only wants to go for Men-at-Arms, Earl's Guard, Lancers and Earl's Guards, Knights and Earl's Guards, then yeah, he doesn't even need veterancy for the few remaining Fuel Age units here. And the Earl's Guards, they are gonna be an immense pain for Cosmos. He doesn't have a response for now, he doesn't have a counter. Okay, by the way, he did change, so he didn't go for the Kashuk, he did go for the Longbow contract, for the Western contract instead, ultimately. So yeah, I mean, with the Kashuk, he could maybe hold a little bit better against the armored units, but ultimately wouldn't make a whole difference, because then you still only have Feudal Age Kashuk, and in Feudal Age Kashuk are not really strong, unfortunately. A lot of horsemen here trying to flank from the side, but there's not really a whole lot of yeomen. They're not the focus of the army here. It's mainly the it's not the men-at-arms, it's the Earl's Guards and the Lords of Lancaster, and Hobolas here in the back trying to find some damage, but the Limitani will deal with that fairly good. The Triumph is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, but yeah, slowly but surely wiggling the units down. One lord is falling after another, but it just takes so long. There's the first knight on the field, just shredding through the archers. This just takes forever. I mean, they've been hammering for like a minute now, and they will just not die. Look at that. They should just, chilling. They don't care. They're not phased at all. I mean, yeah, like the numbers, it looked fine for a second, but they don't die and they do so much damage. And even though it's still only the 4, there's another one, 5, 6 Earl's Guards. Oh my goodness, yeah. Men-at-Arms in Castle Age against Fuel Age units. Need I say more? Yeah, so Trakor getting 1 win here. So again, it's a best of 5. It's 2-1 for Cosmos, and Trakor just closed the gap a little bit here. And yeah, still definitely has a shot for making it to the next round. Let's see, let's go back to the lobby, update the graphics. So, House of Lancaster winning, winning this one. So, I like the next map, and oh my god, I love this next matchup. This is gonna be a wonderful game. Let's update that real quick. I have a clear favorite here. You're gonna see why in just a second. There you go. EGC Holy Island, a really cool map, really fun. And Mongols playing against Holy Roman Empire. Mongols, my absolute favorite civilization. Might get replaced by the Golden Horde. I have to debate about that still. But I'm really looking forward to the next DLC, which is gonna be in 6 or 7 weeks. So not gonna take super long. So I'm really looking forward to that DLC and to the Golden Horde and the other variant civilizations as well. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. For now, we have the 4th match and just loading into it. We shouldn't have any delays. Let's jump right into it. And there we have it. Oops, I don't want to do that. So let's see. Update that. We need to switch that. So okay. Alrighty, Trakor playing the Mongols. On the left side of EGC, Holy Island, putting the town center right on the wood line with the berries. Not too bad. Of course, you would love to have it closer to gold, and Uwu also super far away from the town center, but overall that's not too bad. Being scouted here by Cosmos immediately, you always want to know what the Mongols are up to. You want to know what their plan is, especially on a map like that. They could go into Dark Age barracks. They could technically, close call here for the Khan. Good reaction here. One thing to note is the Khan does have a lot less health in Dark Age than the Scout has. 20 health less. So it is easy to lose your Khan against the town center because 20 health is quite notable. So yeah, you gotta be careful there. And there we have it. So Dark Age barracks, Dark Age stable even is an option. We could see water. That's something that you would expect on a map like that. And so that's why it's important to scout your opponent. Cosmos is opening with the barracks and a couple of spearmen, so again, the Uwu being that far away from your town center, there's no way how you're gonna defend that unless you have units. And so basically, if you build a barracks while the first spearmen are torching the Uwu, you can say goodbye to that already. You will never get that back. You wouldn't be able to place the barracks here, you wouldn't be able to build it there because the spearman will just kill your villager, and so you need to be ahead of your opponent. You need to know what he's up to. And so Trakor, he did scout the town center overall. I'm not sure if he knows about the barracks. And yeah, there we have it. A couple spearmen moving out, but for now, Trakor should be able to defend that against that at least. Could even double produce spearmen now again. There we go. So it should be up to 6 spearmen, and that should be enough to hold that against that at least for now. Especially with the friendly support of the Khan, which again, in Dark Age it's not really a whole lot of damage, but it can be helpful to snipe a low health spearman. Because as the Holy Roman Empire, you do start with the prelate, so if you have a low health spearman, you can just, you know, pull him away and take him back to your town center and heal him up completely. And so, if you can't do that because this Khan snipes your spearman, yeah, that's gonna be good for the Mongols. So, yeah, one of the reasons why HRE can be really strong in Dark Age with their aggression is because of the healing ability. Because with the Mongols, yeah, sure, they can double produce, you know, from time to time, not all the time, of course, but they cannot heal a unit. If it's dead, it's dead. If it's low health, it's low health. You gotta be careful there. And Holy Roman Empire can always pull them back and heal them up again. So, Spearmen now, yeah, chasing the supply line here, and numbers are in Cosmos' favor though. 8 to 10 village spearmen right now. Need to be careful here. He cannot really contest it right now. There's one low spearman, but again, just pull them away now basically, and you save them. Scout needs to be careful here. Could get one shot here very soon. And there we have it. Okay, first dock getting constructed here, or at least attempted. Where is he going? There he is. Okay. A little bit closer to the deep water fish. And Trakor on the other side, he only has 2 villagers on wood, so he is not looking for any docks right now. And those 2 villagers are basically only enough to produce spearmen. Yeah, so it looks like just going for the feudal age, while Cosmos is doubling down a little bit more on the dark age with the dock, and 4 villagers still on wood to produce the fishing boats. And yeah, so Trakor now had to invest a lot more into the spearmen, a lot more probably than he would love to do. And Cosmos is now able to click up to the feudal age. There you go, Aachen Chapel on the wood line. Also in range of the gold, so that will be a really strong Aachen Chapel. The sheep are here, gold is here, wood line is here. You can't ask for much more. That's really nice. And then he also is on water already, so that's gonna be an advantage that he has. And he'll even reach it faster. So already looking pretty good for Cosmos. Yeah, HAE, you know, they're not slacking. It's pretty strong civ. Needed to take a drink here, just for a second. Khan is scouting around. He is figuring out there's the dock now, so yeah, he is moving out now on water as well. But yeah, again, he will not reach feudal age sooner, so if we're talking military ships, HE could be quicker than that. So he actually could have the military boats a little on a little bit quicker than Trakor could. There we have it. So feudal age is already in. There's a oh no, it's actually not in the range. I thought it was bigger. Never mind. I mean, you know, people say it's not about size, but it clearly is sometimes. A lot of spearmen here. Hard upgrade is coming in as well, so there you go. Getting the nice little brownish color armor here. It's really the age of spearmen. It's so crazy to think that it's like the most trash unit you could think of, but there's 2 games now that we've seen where people were massing them non-stop basically, like 21 spearmen. This is not something that you would usually see. But yeah, the galley, the archer ship, really, really dangerous here for the spearman. Man at arm is kind of like, oh shit, I don't want to do that. Uh, just kidding, boys. Let's talk about this. And the light junk here following suit, but yeah, there's a Springle ship again, so just the counter play here on water as well. Mongols, they have a nice tech with the piracy. That also pays off really, really fast. I think it's like 5 boats that you need to destroy and then it already paid off. But yeah, kind of difficult to get to that point. So Springle and archer ship, so for now that's what you need. Getting repaired here as well. Oof. Taking that big Springle bolt to the face. And explosive junk. So yeah, we have Tricomp here on water. Cosmos for now is just defending his side, the deer pack. And archery range coming up. Question, is that gonna be Mangadai or archers? You know? I guess we're gonna find out very soon. Cosmos moving out to the docks here is trying to first find them and then burn them down. Trakor should be able to defend that for now. Yeah, he's going up with the Mangadai, so should be able to deal with the men at arms relatively easily, but the spearmen, like in those kind of numbers, the spearmen are still gonna be an issue. And there's a couple of archers there as well, so needs to be careful to not lose anything here. Well, I actually think, you know, like I like the Mangadai as much as the next guy, especially with the Deer Stones and the Khans Hunters, but in this comp here, I think the archers would actually be better, because the Mangadai, they have to get really close up, and they don't do bonus damage against anything. They have a very high base attack and a solid damage, but it's okay. But they cannot really deal too well with Spearmen. Yeah, we see it basically just tickles them, and the archers would actually do significant damage here. It's a good raiding unit though, so trying to get into the woodline here. Needs to be careful though with the town center. Again, they don't have a whole lot of health, so need to be careful. Second dock getting added by both players, so both players now on 2 docks. That could be big fight here. Villager losing their life, but for now Mongols doesn't want to get in there too much. The villagers need to run here. There's no tower protecting them, but at the same time there's a lot of archers now added by Cosmos, so a lot of archers, men at arms, and a good number of spearmen as well. So no matter what Trakor is deciding to go for, if he's going for archers, he's gonna have a hard time because there's a lot of archers here, and the men at arms. If he's going for horsemen, there's still a lot of spearmen. If he's going Mangadai, there's a lot of archers again. So kind of a rough situation here. Cosmos is halfway to Castle Age as well, so you know, technically could decide to go Castle Age and yeah, then add siege as well. Not yeah, on top of the veterancy that he has access to then. You don't want to run in there. Khan is getting low health here. Townsend is firing a little bit as well, but is making it out alive here for now. So yeah, not too dangerous here, but that was, you know, tricky, like going around the corner here, and then you have all the units waiting here for you in the shadows. No Khan's hunters, by the way, so again, only 3.5 tiles range. That's nothing to really, you know, brag about. And yeah, there you go. Archers doing quick work with that. Ragnar's Cathedral coming up next. Oof. Okay, really close to the Aachen Chapel, so there's no plan for a long-term game here whatsoever. We're not gonna see like 30-something farms around the Aachen Chapel. It looks like Cosmos wants to close the game in early castle. Demon ship not able to connect. On the other hand, oof, that was a good connect here. Very low health war chunk here. So 2 losing their life, needs to retreat for now. Does he have piracy? He does have not. Yeah, well, that is unfortunate. That again, like that is I think that's an underrated technology. So every civilization, you know, has a specific, unique technology, and I think the piracy tech, you know, it fits really well with the style of the Mongols, and again, it pays off really fast. So I think it's a very underrated technology. It doesn't make Mongols like a good water civ. I'm not saying that. There's a lot, like there's some other civs which are a lot better on water than Mongols, but it's at least something. And even like in long prolonged fights, in team games maybe, that can be a really good bonus to your eco. So, you know, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, veterancy coming up here for Cosmos, so these are gonna be really strong in just a couple seconds. Men-at-Arms are already veterancy, archers are next, and Trakor doesn't really have a good response to that. He can deal with the spearmen, that's fine, but he doesn't really have a response to the men-at-arms other than the Kashik, but they're still only feudal, and he's not necessarily winning on water, so that's also kind of rough. And yeah, Cosmos moving in here, he's burning. Yeah, he will burn down the outpost. Oh, the girl first, why not? And Trakor needs to hold this for now. This is the final fight, potentially at least. You know, if Trakor loses this, Cosmos will win this best of 3, best of 5 rather. So yeah, it's all or nothing right now. Cosmos is losing a lot, and most of his frontline is already gone. Still has a lot of archers standing, but for now it seems Trakor is able to hold this. Maybe that was a premature engagement here from Cosmos actually. I mean, he does have the tech advantage, but you know, don't underestimate the firing power of the town center and how quickly you can still die if enough needles tickle you. If enough things shoot at you, you will still lose your life. At the same time, it kind of looks like Trakor is actually winning on water here. He doesn't have the numbers right now to hold this, but he did get rid of all of these. By the way, it would be so nice if he had piracy. And yeah, there's round 2. Cosmos moving in again, men-at-arms, archers, completely leaving the spearmen out now. There's only 2 Kashik, which they get down really quickly by the archers. So yeah, Trakor, I mean, I wouldn't count him out. It looks like he won war, at least for the most part. And he's still living on on land. So you know that's something. He is getting all the gold that he needs right now, so that he can go Castle Age whenever he has enough food. I don't know what that scouting sheep is doing here. Please don't kill it. Okay. That is a bold man-at-arm. Not sure what that was about. But yeah, that's the yeah. As all of this is going on, Cosmos taking 2 relics. One more is on the way. Then there's 2 more sitting here. There's even one more over here on this little island, and he's taking the sacred site. He will not be able to force the sacred victory for now because he would have to have a transport ship here. But that is a lot of gold income that he has, and he is still he's already Castle Age. So okay, never mind. There's a transport ship. Is it gonna be intercepted though? Not for now. That wiggle is so disturbing. So yeah, Mongols winning on water at the same time. Again, the land is being contested heavily here. He did get all the gold that he needs to for the Castle Age and then for 1 upgrade. No, not. Never mind, he just bought something here. Or he built some cash, I guess. But this is rough. This is rough. The armor is dwindling here. He does have still archers, but they're fuel age against veteran units. Rams here on top of the tower. This is not looking too fun here for the Mongols. Struggling to find any resemblance of resources for Castle Age. Frontline almost down here for HRE. There's like 1 man-at-arm here, 2 more I guess over there. Yeah, Cosmos is bleeding a lot of units, that's for sure, but at the same time he's doing exactly what he wants to. He is disrupting Mongols, he is pressuring them, he's not letting off any gas here. There's more men-at-arms coming in, there's even a knight now. TC are almost on half health here, so no way to deal with a man-at-arm. They're super strong, they're also really strong against, yeah, okay, they don't have their unique techs for now, but still just super beefy, and no way for Mongols to deal with that. Dragon getting killed here as we speak, and GG is getting called. Second town center being added as well, but that was not enough, and that was also not the main issue. The main issue was the tech disadvantage here for the Mongols.